Oh, hello there. I didn't expect to see another person this far out near the forest so close to nightfall. Not even considering everything with the recent werewolf attacks and people disappearing. Going for a stroll, you say? Well, if you say so, I guess. I would have assumed something entirely different considering your state. But, oh well. Looks like the forest is deciding to have some fun with us. What am I doing out here? I feel like that's a better question for yourself than me. Come now. You know I said that perfectly well. Yet you're going to ask me that and not rather how I am doing? I won't take offense to your impolite manners, as long as you make up for them. Thank you, and I'm doing good. But let's not play any more games, shall we? No more useless small talk while the sun dwindles down. My beauty, you're wandering through this part of the woods only an hour before it's dark and your face is telling the truth that you hope to hide. Please, don't be shy. Tell me what's wrong. You can trust me. Yes. Keep going, please. There are things that you need to say, so just let them flow. I'm here, and I want to hear it. Continue, please. My beauty, you are truly lost. I now understand a little bit better exactly why you're out here. Nature has always been the true escape from the suffocating feeling crowded civilization brings. We should feel welcome and valued in the places we live, but that isn't a thing most people care about these days. I am not ever baffled by just how backwards towns feel, even if I only visit them a few times a year. But here you are, distraught, confused, and in need of a home, yes? I can tell differently from those eyes, though. That's okay. Sometimes we're all truthful in our own special ways. And let me remind you that once night falls, you're going to have to face whatever hunts in the night. It might be werewolves, vampires, body snatchers, or ghouls. But regardless, you need some sort of protection. Yes, you know that all of those things are very, very real. Not just bedtime stories to keep you polite as a kid. No, these monsters take their pick of the people of this land to terrorize and eat. The laws of each province or which family title you bear mean nothing to them. They will hunt, feast, and murder with impunity. Don't think they won't take one look at you and decide that you'll be their next meal. The church? No, they only think they know the right way to protect people, as well as putting them under their harsh heathen doctrine. That's said without considering those zealots and inquisitors they end up creating. Brutus soldiers. Most of the people in this land have shed away from the forest. They think that's what creates the monsters that rain havoc and terror on this land. Overjoyed to leave the forest like a crumbling house that will somehow contain the lurking threats. How childish of them. Do you truly enjoy living with your community? The ones that supposedly shun and berate you for just being slightly different from them? Have you ever felt isolated from them before? Like you don't belong even with your own flesh and blood? It's okay. It's a big question and I don't expect you to answer it fully. It's just that feeling. Being an outcast in the place you grew up. Not being able to put up with the insanity anymore that everyone acts like it's normal for communities and families. You feel the same? Really? That's good. Great, actually. I had a feeling, but I wanted to see if you truly were like one of my children. I have to ask, but do you feel a strange connection to nature? As if you can feel it calling to you? I hope you understand what I'm saying, even if you can't identify the feeling. Yes. I felt a link to the trees and grass, the deer and hares, the mountains and lakes, and the ravens and carrion. It was a stronger connection than I had with my family or any of my friends. Growing up, I just felt myself out in nature. Because with my family, I could never take off that mask. I had to get away from the cobbled streets, the shouts of spreading fire, and the inescapable eye of the church. And I can sense the same thing within you. I bargain your eye here because of the same strong connection. You felt the call to nature as well, that you were done with the counsels and bickering of man. I can honestly sense it in you, that there's a lot of potential in you that I'm sure people around you used to make you feel odd. Wrong. So, my beauty, this all leads me to one simple question. What do you want? Yes, you heard me perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be complicated, it should be guttural. So I'll ask again, what do you want? It's a perfectly normal question, you know. Everyone should be able to answer it, even if it's a lie or partially true. Me? A vampire? That's a new one. Don't think I've ever been accused of being a vampire before. My beauty, if I was a vampire, you wouldn't be alive right now. Most would either drink you dry, turn you, or let your head tumble from your shoulders. In which order probably does not matter those much to fiends. Humor me and guess again. I wonder what you think I am if you suspect me of being something evil. Do you really think I've come before nightfall to snatch you up like some bog hag? Come on, I'm curious. A demon? Well, my skin isn't red, and devils aren't dancing around my legs. So, I think we can rule out me being a demon. Unless I'm a succubus. But I assure you that's very far from the truth, so try again. Did I just hear that correctly? Please tell me my ears are deceiving me. Did you just call me a necromancer? You better choose your next words very, very carefully. Don't you dare insult me like that, you naive child. Necromancer, corpse stitcher, grassman, whatever you want to call them, they're the scum of these lands, as bad as the feral, inhuman monsters and abominations they create. They desecrate corpses and force parts of the dead to do their bidding well into their afterlife. Compare me to my older sister? I've banished people for less. I am not like that slattern. Probably the only people that have more disdain from them is the church. The only thing we agree on. So you've tried vampire, demon, and the risky necromancer guess. How about one more, my beauty? Let's see if the old ways truly do favor you. A witch? Well, that's still wrong, but close enough. Oh, don't be afraid. No need to take those steps back, my beauty. I promise I won't put a hex on you or turn you into a newt. It helps that I'm incapable of doing both those things, since I'm not actually a witch. I am a priestess, but my official title is Sovereign of the Harvest. I watch over the children of the harvest and have duties to my harvest dance. Sorry, our harvest dance. Some witches do pull from the old ways and are on good terms with us, and some are our most bitter enemies. I've been called a witch many times to a point I don't like correcting some people. Didn't you already ask me that? Oh well. Isn't it obvious? I'm out here gathering things. Should have been pretty evident from the basket filled with berries and such. And ingredients for a cauldron and bubbling kegs. What are those walled-up fools even telling their people? I thought you were joking, to be honest. None of it is for something that complicated or mischievous. I just planned to cook a berry pie, and so I needed ingredients for a salve to heal a burn. Nothing more. Unlike what you think, I don't have some evil agenda and have been tracking you down. It was simply coincidence. Now, for why I've asked so much about you. It was just something I did without thinking. As a mother of my own flesh and blood, and many, many more, when you stumbled near me, my instincts as a mother may have taken over a bit. You're a lost lamb. What did you expect from me? Not to mention how sad and confused you look. Come nightfall, you're going to have to stand or run, and the woods go on for days of traveling. I'd be surprised if you could last a single one of your own. So, are you going to answer me now? What do you desire? I knew you were going to say that. It's okay to not know what you want, really. It's better to realize that and start searching than to lie to yourself and end up regretting it later. I appreciate that you know. Honesty and bravery are two things I value highly in this world. Well, if that's the case then, would you like to join my children? Leave behind the infuriating community and so-called better living for nature. To be a part of our community and let your soul sing in the harvest dance? We have very few rules, but above all else, we protect each other. We embrace the forest and blossom because of it. You can truly be what you want amongst my children. No judgment or persecution. Who knows? Maybe you'll find the love of your life there. She who watches blesses our newborns and grows our family. With my children, you won't have to worry about food or clean water or the diseases that grow like weeds in towns. Everything we grow and live off of is fresh and granted by us by the powers of the old ways. We haven't had anyone pass from a disease in 100 years. Not since the months of darkness. Of course, night still comes for my children. We can't stop the two lovers from doing their dance, no matter how much we could plead. My children have no issues with werewolves, rot monsters, bog hags, or any other evil thing that goes bump in the night. Humans now prefer their vigilant night watches and fortified walls. Sometimes their approach works. Sometimes. But in the end, it's meeting violence with violence. It doesn't stop a pack of werewolves climbing their walls, nor a vampire that sees a whole meal surrounded by walls. No, my children and I have our way. That's simple. We perform our harvest dance. You're paying attention. Very good. Yes, we have a celebration, dance, sacrifice, and burning to give thanks to the old ways. In return, they give us the fresh wilderness to live off of and protect their children from the nasty terrors. We dance and dance for nights on end, only stopping for sacrifices or for other, well, natural wants. Fertility benefits all. As long as you don't stray too far off from our neck of the forest, they'll always prevent any attack, disease, or inhuman. And if you do join my children, then you'll just be able to naturally tell where their powers extend to. No signs, bridges, rivers, or passes. Just you and nature. Ah, but there's the skepticism that fuels the fiery accusations of man. Church goes against alchemist, alchemist goes against church, constable against smuggler, smuggler against taxes. It's fine. You're just trying to be sure. Don't know what kind of enchanting powers might try to spirit away you in the night. Well, if you don't believe me, then just look around. It's dusk, and here I am, a helpless woman just gathering things to take back home. Not armed with even a dagger or a bow? I'm as unequipped as you are to spend a night out alone in these unforgiving woods. Now, tell me why you think I'm here and without any sort of guard or protection with me. Yes, exactly, yes. The old powers reached this far and are protecting me, both as a child of them and their sovereign of the harvest. Less than me mattering more than others, and rather, they have to make sure I behave myself. Well, what will it be? Ready to brave the night with me and dance for the old ways? My sweet, sweet beauty, do not fret, please. The people in your town and even your family don't know how foolish they are being. You say that they just suffer your presence, which, knowing how cruel humans can be, might be the case. Is it that you're scared of not being useful or welcomed by my children of the night? We'll find something for you, I promise. We all do our part, and you'll be an excellent addition as well. Your connection with nature is something you should be proud of. I'm sure the old ways have important things for you. And if nothing works, then that's fine. You may stay with my children of the harvest for as long as you like. Beyond that, I want you to find a place you feel like you belong, and I want to see you grow into the person you're destined to become. Sun setting. Time for you to make your choice. I already know what I prefer, but you can go alone and take your chances with the dark. Or you can come with me, and we can face it hand in hand. Join me in my harvest dance.